Today I'm going to be reviewing these T-frame table legs that were recently sent to me by the brand to create this video on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open these up, show you exactly how I intend to be using these, and then also give you the exact measurements and those sorts of things on these legs. So let me go ahead and open this up. So when you open it up, this is what it's going to look like inside. So again, you're going to have these legs that are going to, I'm just going to pull off the wrapping here and show you exactly what you are going to get inside of here. So these are going to require a bit of assembly. I believe these are just going to be ones that need connected on for the legs. Pull this out here just to double check. Yep, you are going to have to assemble them, which is kind of a downside in my opinion. Like, I don't know why they wouldn't just make it where this is already assembled. Essentially, you have to connect the two pieces to make the table legs. So that's kind of a downside that you are going to have to assemble these. But let me go ahead and grab these screws and get these together. So the assembly isn't too terribly difficult. Essentially, you're just going to take this bottom part, you're going to slide it into the other section, so like that, and then you're just going to take this screw using the Allen wrench that they provide, and you're just going to take that and put it right down inside of there. And then you're also going to have to do the same thing up at the top. So let me go ahead and screw this one in and then flip it over just to show you what I mean there. I'm going to take and flip that back up and down, and you've got the exact same thing. So you just, again, it's going to slide inside. You're going to take this little screw, take your Allen wrench, put it onto there, and then put it down into the hole, or put it into the hole first before, depending on, you know, how good you are at flipping something upside down, which obviously I'm not the best in the world. So let me go ahead and tighten that up and then assemble the other one also. So this is what the final table legs are going to look like after assembly. So obviously you're just going to take the 1 and 2, connect those, connect the other one, and then they're going to look like this. Now these are just going to be the 2, and then you're just going to need to add the tabletop. So what I'm going to be doing in this case is I'm actually going to be taking a chunk of wood here from our property, and I'm going to be putting it flat on top and then using it almost like a freestanding desk. So I've still got to put that on. It does come with screws, but the screws that it has are going to be way too long for what I need. It is nice that it comes with screws, but they're going to be way too long for me to attach there. So I'm going to have to run to the store and grab some additional screws. Overall, these are definitely really nice and sturdy legs. I love that fact about them. I do wish that it would come as one solid piece though. So having to put those screws in there really just kind of takes away from the aesthetic. Like, this has a really nice aesthetic, and then you've got the one metal screw that's just sitting down there right in the middle, and then the same thing on that side. So I prefer if it was just one singular piece rather than you having to assemble it like that. To me, it just kind of takes away from the way that this is looking, which I love the way that it looks. I love the style of these table legs, but man, having those screws down there, in my opinion, is just really a downside. I prefer if they did one solid piece on that, so that way you didn't have to assemble it, and 2, you didn't have those screws that are going to be showing. But overall, super happy with this. Excited to get a really nice, like, natural wood right here on top of these legs. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the exact measurements on these as well. So the actual measurements on these table legs across the bottom is going to be about 15 3/4 at the base. And then across the top here is going to be about 8 1/4. Actual height on this is going to be 28 inches, and a hair over 28 actually. So it's going to be about 28 3/4, 28 1/8 there in the middle, and then at the side again 28 3/8 or so, just because it comes down at that angle to that point down there. So overall, definitely really excited for these. You could use them for a variety of different uses. Like I said, I'm going to be using these for a desk and going to be putting like a natural wood on top of it. You could certainly use them for a bench, be 28 inches high, so that's not too high for a bench. You could use them for a coffee table, or for, like, if you want a specific like style of nightstand with a different type of like a round wood top on top, you could certainly use these by just, you know, putting them there super close to each other, and then you could get like a rounded one and put it on top. So for example, you could put like a rounded chunk of wood and keep them really close together to use like as a nightstand. So they're really nice and sturdy. I can easily put my weight on these and I'm not too concerned. And they have tons of different holes that you can use to attach. So you can see here I've got these there, but then also all of these holes that you can see here on top are all going to run through. So it gives you lots of options when you're screwing into the underside of your wood. Of course, you could be screwed down from the top as well as you wish. I'm going to be screwing from the underside just so I don't have any screws showing through the top of that natural wood. So overall, definitely pretty happy with this set.